The Giants could not be in a better spot. This is big news for the Giants. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, the Giants, according to Jordan Raanan, the Giants are open to the idea in trading down. And if the Giants have a player that they like at 5, why would they want to trade down? Well, for starters, it gives them more draft capital, right? And I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. It gives the Giants more draft capital, right? And even if you drop as low as 9, you'll still have a player there that you want. Now, if you feel convicted about a player, then you have to go and take him at 5. If you think he's really great and you want him, you go and take that player at 5, unless you're convinced that that player is going to fall to 9. But for example, Sonny Styles, if you want Sonny Styles, you go and you pick Sonny Styles at 5. You don't wait for him to potentially drop to 9 because I don't think he makes it that far. Maybe Caleb Downs could, but he may not even make it that far either. But if you trade down to 9, I think that that's the furthest the Giants could go because maybe Downs can fall there. Definitely don't think Styles does, but maybe Downs falls there. Maybe Mansour Delane. He'll be there at 9. I'm sure of it. So if the Giants are willing to trade back, which apparently that's what they're seriously considering doing, then I think, number one, obviously, it could give them a 3rd round pick, which they don't have right now. So they could add a 3rd round pick. They could maybe add a potential 2nd round pick. I know that's a heck of a haul just to move from 5 to, let's say, 9 in this case. But to look to see who could be there for the Giants at 9 if they, for example, swapped with the Chiefs. And in this scenario, they get a 3rd round draft pick, maybe an additional 2nd, or maybe a future 2nd to move spots. But I have Mendoza going 1. Everybody in their family has Mendoza going 1. The Jets, Arvell Reese or David Bailey. For sake of this conversation, I'm going to go Arvell Reese at 2. At 3, I'm sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, Francis Magua at 3 makes a ton of sense for the Cardinals to grab him. Arguably the best tackle in the draft. They could go Spencer Fennell, but I don't think so. The Titans. Now I have the Titans grabbing. Mel Kiper has the Titans getting David Bailey. I do not. I have the Titans getting Jeremiah Love at 4. So then Love, who the Giants are very interested in taking at 5, isn't there at 5. Titans took him. So if Love is the guy that they want and he goes to the Titans at 4, that gives you the opportunity to fall back to 9, but it depends who the Chiefs are taking. In this scenario, I have the Chiefs taking David Bailey at 5, swapping with the Giants. So then it leaves you, what are the Browns going to do? What are the Commanders doing? And what are the Saints doing? I could see the Browns getting Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon. Let's say Tate and Lemon go 6 and 7. Then you have number 8. Who's left on the board still? Sonny Styles is still on the board. Caleb Downs is still on the board. Mansour Delane is still there if you want him. And if any of these teams behind you at 9 want Downs or Styles, maybe they'll trade up. And then you accumulate even more draft assets. But at 9, you could potentially have Downs or Styles. It obviously it depends how this falls. Downs, Styles, Delane. The Giants could still get a player that they really like if they trade down from 5. As I've said, though, if you're convicted on a player at 5. If you're convicted on getting Sonny Styles, don't wait till potentially 9 to grab him. I think that's silly. Don't wait until 9 to grab him. Because the Saints could grab him at 8, and all of a sudden, all right, well, the guy we wanted, we could have had him at 5, but we chose not to get him. So if you're convicted, if Harbaugh and company is convicted on Styles, that they have to go grab him at 5. If they're convicted for Downs, I think it's more likely for Downs to drop to 9 than Styles. Because I could see the Browns going receiver. I could see the Commanders going receiver. And then the Saints going Downs or Styles. That's what I probably Styles for the Saints. But then you have Downs or Delane at 9. But if you wanted Styles, you could have had him at 5. So it's just a risk. But it is a risk that if I'm the Giants, I'd be willing to take it. Because you're still getting a player that you want at 9. You're still getting somebody at 9. And if for whatever reason the Browns or Commanders don't go receiver, let's say both don't go receiver. Let's say Styles goes to Cleveland at 6 and 7 Downs goes 7. So Styles goes at 6 to Cleveland. Downs goes to the Commanders at 7. Well, then at 8, the Saints have their pick. They could go lineman to build around Shuck. They could go receiver with Lemon or Tate or Tyson. All on the board. Then the Giants, since they moved back, they could go receive. It's just, in my opinion, and it's, you guys might think I'm nuts for saying this. In my opinion, I don't think the Giants could really go wrong here. I really don't. And I know a lot of you don't like the idea of the Giants grabbing Jeremiah Love at 5 if he were to be there. But he's one of the best players in the draft, if not the best player in the draft. If you have the opportunity to go and grab another piece to build around Jackson Dart, you should. If I'm the Giants, though, and you could go and get a lineman with that 5th pick, I'm not doing it. I would rather, if you want a lineman, fall back on the draft and grab a lineman. You definitely can. Fano could fall to 9. And if you really want a lineman, go and get him. I know he's a tackle, but go and get him. If you really like him that bad, I would just trade back if you want a lineman. You do not need to grab one at 5. I got Francis going to Arizona at 3, so he won't be there, but Spencer will be there at 5. I just don't think it's necessary to pick him at 5 if you could definitely grab him at 9. It's not, that's just my opinion, though. I mean, it's my opinion. But I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Am I freaking out of my mind? Am I just out of my mind, or do I have a point? Right? We still got Ruben Bain Jr. that we haven't talked about. And I'm not saying the Giants could get him, but somebody between, maybe the Saints, Commanders, the Browns, maybe they want Bain. They could. The top of the draft is it's stacked. I'll use that word. It is stacked. It's top heavy. Once when you're out of like top 10, top 15, it falls off a bit. So the Giants are in a fantastic spot to reset their team. And Harbaugh is in a fantastic spot to accumulate more assets. I just think if the Giants do stay at 5, that's not a bad idea either. Go get the guy that you want. They have a lot of options. You let me know what you think about this down in the comments. But this is big news, and this is great news for the New York Football Giants. Take care, everybody.